So I've been getting heavily into pragmatism lately. Reading William James and John Dewey. I'm reading John Dewey's On Experience, Nature, and Freedom, and it's kind of really helped me integrate a lot of thoughts that I've been having lately. I mentioned before how sort of my gateway concepts, as I call it, is relational reality. The idea that everything in reality exists in relation to something else. That the object is an object for consciousness. That the subject-object divide is not really a divide of different things. It's just a relationship, and the relationship itself is sort of what's really real. And there's this idea in pragmatism too. William James and John Dewey. It's kind of it underlies what William James called radical empiricism. The idea that we should be empirical, not just about the objects we apprehend, but the relationships between objects and each other and objects and ourselves. The relationships are just an empirical thing, are just as empirical as the sort of individual objects of experience. And I mentioned how taking this relational view of reality, it kind of can get you further down the rabbit hole when you realize how it kind of breaks down the barrier between mental objects and physical objects. But if you take that route too far, then it leads to kind of solipsism. I mean, if a tree in your backyard and your idea of the tree are both real, then which how do you differentiate between the two? And in this book by John Dewey that I'm reading, he talks about this, and it's a very interesting the way pragmatists answer this, which is it's all about the practical consequences that the relationship that the perceived thing has. Well, a lot of people have dreams about falling from a high place. They dream that you're falling off a cliff, and you wake up just before the ground. Well, falling off a cliff in a dream and falling off a cliff in real life have very different consequences. So it's like the cliff but both are real. You fell off it's just as real that you fell off a cliff in the dream as that you fell off a cliff in real life. It's just that in one of them, it's just that one of them has very different consequences than the other. And in a sense, there are different domains, and kind of one domain doesn't have the same effect on another domain as it has within its own domain. It's that kind of difference between mental objects and physical objects. It's also the difference between illusion and quote unquote reality. The thing is, illusion is real. Hallucination is real. What you're hallucinating. If you're hallucinating something, then what you're hallucinating is real. It is real for you. The difference is, what consequences does what consequential effects does the thing you're hallucinating have? Someone might hallucinate, might hear voices in their head, and then they go see a doctor about it. Now that's not really illusion. You know, they had the hallucination. They took it for what it was instead of mistaking it for reality, or instead of mistaking it for something that actually in the waking life or real world, and took a course of action which is in accordance with what the you know with what they actually experienced. Whereas if you took the hallucinations to be real on sort of this plane of reality, for lack of a better word, then it could lead you to some dark things, like hearing some Son of Sam stuff about your neighbor's dog telling you to kill people. Some of us might, if we heard that, if we experienced that, would go seek help, whereas others think, oh, well, this dog is telling me to do something, so I better do it. Yeah. So it's like that's a difference in practical consequences. And so it kind of the difference between illusion and falsehood, between sort of false, what is true and what is false, is it's all a matter of what William James called its cash value. And so it's like if you take a movie like The Matrix, the first one is all about how the Matrix isn't real. It's actually around this world. A lot of people criticize the Matrix sequels, but I actually like in the third Matrix, where Neo, after he's blinded, he sees this new level of reality on top of that of the sort of reality outside of the Matrix. And so the idea is that, and so it is that there is no one reality. Every level of that reality, and the Matrix itself is real. So is the world outside the Matrix. So are these higher levels of reality that Neo is experiencing, beyond that. And so it's like it's like you have to kind of redefine the idea of what is illusion. Because the illusion is still real. The illusion still has its own reality. It's all in like how you interpret it. So that's my thoughts for now. Peace.